Half the price for half the game. Hi, I'm Tom, and this is Dishonored Death of the Outsider, which I think is not really the best name for this game, but we'll get to that later. For now, you only need to know that this $30 Dishonored expansion is just that. It expands the known lore, powers and characters of the Dishonored universe. And even though that should not shock me anymore, I'm still surprised that I did not feel ripped off after buying a DLC. My brain is still adjusting to the fact that in 2017 there's actually a viable DLC to buy. But let's not get distracted. Let's take a look at what this standalone game has to offer. Let's dive in. First things first, the thing Dishonored is most known for, the multi-path gameplay. It is up the same standard as the rest of the Dishonored games. Each level has countless ways to tackle an objective, and every time I thought I explored all of them, it turned out I hadn't even explored half of them. And for the people who don't know what I'm talking about, imagine as comparison the Call of Duty campaigns, or hell, let's take a great campaign, okay? Let's take a great campaign to compare it to. Let's take the Titanfall 2 campaign as comparison. The campaign of that game, although amazing, it's linear. So you go from point A to point B and you follow one path. Clear and simple, nothing wrong with it. However, in Dishonored games, the hallmark of the experience is that you don't have to go from point A to point B in a single line. There are multiple ways and multiple items that can change the way you experience the game. So instead of going from point A to point B, you go from point A to B to C, D, E, F, G, all the way to point fucking X. The funny thing is though that they expect you to make a plan before going in. But if you're like me, the human equivalent of an unguided missile, you just go in exploring just to see all the possible ways. You could also stick to one route, not explore, and when you're finished in all about 11 minutes, you can do the game again in New Game Plus, which is playing the game with the powers from the characters from Dishonored 2, which adds way more replay value to your purchase. The powers you get in the standalone though are cool as well. You can displace yourself from your body a la Doctor Strange. You can also set a marker and teleport to it later to evade pursuers. And lastly, you can use magical powers to use someone else's face to disguise yourself. By the way, don't take my stupid joke about playtime as a negative though, because I completed the entire thing on normal difficulty in about 5.5 hours. And you can be sure of yourself that you want to go back for seconds. And by the way, I did not mention this, but you play as a semi-new character with some severe revenge issues. You remember the boat lady from Dishonored 2? The one with only half the amount of normal eyes, half the amount of normal arms, and half the amount of fucks to give? You play as her, Biddy Lurk. And the story is pretty much about why she became the way she is. And to be fair though, I won't give any spoilers here, but if you've played Dishonored 2, you know exactly how this story is going to end. I mean, come on, it's in the title of the game. But still, I'm going to switch subjects before I really say something that I should not say. There are a few problems that make me uneasy to say that this DLC is flawless though. Relatively small problems, but problems nonetheless. For starters, the load times are horrible, at least on the PS4. Which also has a second problem. The menu has the quick save and a quick load option. The quick save is like it says it is, it's a quick save, it saves quickly. However, the quick load button has taken a bit wider definition of the term, and often this had as consequence that I opted just to kill everyone instead of trying to keep myself stealthy. Which also leads to my second point. Whenever one of the guards spots you, all of the guards who haven't seen you, who don't even know you exist, know where you are. The one guard who did see you did not even have time to scream, yet telepathically or some shit has let everyone know that you are here and that you need to die like... I would like to apologize for that horrible meme. However, it does not take away from the fact that this is a shitty problem, and I think it's not really fair when you do your best not to get spotted, especially with those horrible load times to reset it all. Guys and girls, it is really easy to score this DLC for the simple reason that it feels like just the next Dishonored game. It has half the content of a full game with 5 levels instead of 9, 3 new powers instead of 6, and accordingly priced at half the cost of a full game, 30 instead of 60. However, what this game is not getting half of is the score. I think it's fair to say that I'm going to give it the same as Dishonored 2, seeing that distinctively there's not much difference between them. And of course, it's a DLC, so it speaks for itself. The stealth could use some fixing though, and so do the load times. But for the rest, it is fun to play, well put together, and 100% the thing you want when you buy a Dishonored game. So with all that info taken in, I'm going to tell you that Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, is worth the money.